Hello, hello. Yeah, now you can hear me. Now it's working. Awesome. All right. Let's fucking go. Language set to English. All right, let's jump in. All right, first off, gonna check some of my builds. Especially catching 75 to 227. That is really good. I did not change that at all from the last time, I believe. That looks solid. That's okay. Yeah, good to go. For sure. I'm just gonna jump in real quick. What is going on? Why can't I enter? Okay. Alright. So, floor 12. Characters bloom damage increased by 200% and lunar bloom damage increased by 75. And we have the electrocharge one on the second half. Gotta check something real quick. Give me a second, real quick. Just gotta check out my own stream. Alright. Good, we're starting. Bloom damage and electrocharged increased by 200% and lunar charged increased by 75. So is that an additional 75% on top of the 200? That would be crazy shilling. Okay. Bloom and electrocharged. I've seen someone clearing with Zethos, so that's what we're trying to do. Although I believe that Zethos would be much more comfortable in a aggravate team, but that's topic for another day. Okay, we're going in with Zethos. We need some form of hydro. I'm just gonna choose Yolan for now as placeholder. We're probably gonna switch her later. Probably gonna switch her. Yolan. We definitely need some form of shielding. Because the thing is Zethos is not only a bow character. The problem is he can't move, so you 100% need a shielder. And if you see my last video, I am still very much in love with Zhongli. He is the best all-around shielder, so we'll take Zhongli. Yeah, you have to go with Fischl as well for the battery. The problem is, no matter how much energy recharge you stack on Zethos, he just needs more. You need a second electro DPS, sub DPS. I'm not happy with Yolan, but let's see what we do in the first half. First half is Bloom. Ah, God, I hate Bloom. What I want to try out is Lauma and Aino. Where is she? Who I didn't build at all. Maybe I should first of all show the builds. I'm very happy and confident with my Zethos, who I built only a couple of days ago for the theater actually. He turned out pretty cracked. 72 to 189, 111 energy recharge. These are his artifacts who are absolutely fucking cracked. I have no idea how I got so lucky. This is, I believe, 50 crit value, 20, yeah, around. Elemental Mastery, this is probably his worst piece. Electro damage and crit damage. And of course, we're rocking his best in slot weapon, the slingshot. I know, it's just fun. Okay, I wanted to show Ino. Where is she? Ino. Here she is. Level 70. I haven't leveled a single talent of hers. And she is a she's a placeholder for the Silken Moon's Serenade set. But I think she still does the job. She wouldn't do any damage anyway. So let's just go with that. She has a little bit of Elemental Mastery. 425, that should be enough. I've discovered the Flame Forged inside, and for some reason she actually has multiple very good alternatives. Free alternatives at that even. You could rock her not only with the Flame Forged. I also have the Scarlet Pride, who is pretty good because of the energy recharge. The Makaira Aquamarine is pretty good because of the Elemental Mastery. No, that's crap. And, of course, yeah, Sacrificial and the Favonius Greatsword, which is here. These are all very solid options for your Ino if you're trying to build her. Constellations, unfortunately, only C2, but it's better than nothing. I believe that C2 is the important one because of the energy recharge. If Ino is off field while the focused Hydronic Cooling Zone of her Elemental Burst Precision Hydronic Cooler is active, man, they should just replace it with, is it the skill or the burst? I mean, no one knows what that means. Precision Hydronic Cooler is active. When your active party member hits a nearby opponent with an attack, the Cool Your Jets Ducky will fire on an additional water ball at that opponent, dealing AoE hydro damage equal to 25%. Yeah, I believe that's the important one. Alright. I'm gonna show you quickly my Lauma, which is here. I have no luck whatsoever with the new artifact sets, which is why I still run her with Deepwood, which is a problem, I believe, because most of the time I run her together with Nahida, who also holds Deepwood, so it's kind of a waste, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Quickly, these are her artifacts. They are okay, I would say. She's mainly stacking EM and energy recharge, so we're almost at 1000 EM. Almost 200 ER, I think that's good enough. Alright, without further ado, let's jump in. Alright. As I said, in the second half we're going in with Zethos, Fischl, where is she? Fischl, Zhongli, and let's try Yelan. Okay, first half. I want to try Lauma and Ino. The question is, who do we pair them with? If we're going to choose Furina, we should probably put Jean in there as well for the healing. And there's one opponent in there, this one, the Bishop, who has like an AoE around him, where he not only drains your energy, but also your HP really, really quickly. So either you stay out of that, which is way easier with Nahida's skill than it is with Lauma's skill, or you just go in with a healer, but I don't believe that even Jean's healing would be good enough. Okay, let's just try with Nahida. This is basically one full DPS if we go with Lauma and Nahida. Which means we can go either with an additional Hydro unit or with a sustain. You know what? Maybe we should go with Furina and Yelan. Furina and Jean. Because I need some form of protection because of the bloom damage. And especially someone like Ino or Nahida are really squishy and die quite fast. I don't think that a shield is needed in there, because it's not multi-wave. Yeah, let's try it with Farina and Jean. If it doesn't work, we're changing something later. Here. Okay, that should be good enough. Okay, let's try it. My Farina's pretty stacked as well. I believe I'm like top 4% on Akasha or something. Character Elemental Burst. Looks good. Alright. I'm just do it for the fun of it. She won't do anything against this. Hydro. Slime. The problem is, I chose mainly Farina mainly for her Hydro application, because you have to keep in mind that her burst doesn't do anything for not quite characters. What the okay. 117k. I don't know if that's good or bad for Loma. I know that I already hit 200k in the past. The energy recharge is really good on Ino. Oops. That wasn't... What? That was not what I had planned. Oh my god. Okay, we're not doing any fucking damage against it. Oh, that was actually brilliant timing. Holy hell. Yeah, I believe it takes too long. I believe it takes too long. I'm gonna heal real quick. And I hope now. I thought that would be the last thing. Still have to... Dude, I am not doing any fucking damage. What the hell is that? Yeah, I'm gonna switch that. Oops. I'm already through. Well, let's continue. Now I'm intrigued. Well, another thing, actually, what I'm thinking about, although Taser is better for the big Fatui at the end, hey, thanks for checking in. Even though that, while Electro-Charged is better for the big Fatui at the end, maybe we should have gone with Overload, because I'm such a huge fan of Overload. Yes, this Abyss is quite hard. I've read some posts on Reddit what people are doing, because I already had the problem with the second chamber. But if you get some good rotations, it's actually quite manageable. The only problem is the DPS check, because especially the second chamber has so much HP. This is why I'm trying it with Zethos, because he doesn't do any damage at fucking all. Well, but in this case, he's really not the problem. I'm gonna reconfigure the party. The problem was the first half. It's really not working at all. Okay, so we're not going... Let's not go with a healer. Let's do something else. Let's put Zhongli in here. My big boy Geodaddy. And then we're gonna put Nahida in there. The best choice would be to put Nahida on Gilded Dreams, but I'm too lazy for that. And we're gonna change. We're gonna try Overload here, just because I want to. I think that Zethos is should be pretty good with Overload. I do have a C6 Chevy, which is one of the reasons that I'm so in love with Overload. Chevy, Fischl, of course. There. And Bennett. I think Bennett's a good choice. Okay, let's try that. It would be crazy if we managed to clear that with Zethos. I don't think it's possible, but let's see. Boom. So what about you? Have you managed to clear it already? I hope so. My Nahida is so goddamn cracked. She does so much damage. Oh yeah, she did 200k. Oh, I believe it's probably because of the Nahida's burst. Okay, now let's fucking go. This is the hard one. Alright, come in here. I want you here. So that we can bloom. What the fuck? I can't believe it. Oh, dude, it's not only the HP inflation, they do so much damage. Oh, man. That wasn't always the case. I remember abysses where you could get hit like 5 times and you were good. But that's not how Genshin is any longer. I also don't like the direction Genshin is going at the moment. It's like these super restrictive bosses. People on Reddit, for example, call it like racist as a joke. Because it's so crazy chill. All these enemies are super chill for now, Flint, and in a couple of days it will change to never. Could you please die? I'm not asking for much. Alright. Let me bloom you! I'm even hyper blooming because this fucking thing is electro. I really don't think that the shield will last any longer than it has to, at least, because reactions like bloom or electro charged are pretty bad, let's be honest. I mean, holy shit, that's my cat. I don't think you could hear it, but my cat is going crazy outside of my room. Both reactions, electro charged and bloom, are actually pretty bad. They tried to revive the Nilo team, which I think they did quite well, but as soon as the buffs are over, no one will play these teams any longer. If I'm correct with my prediction, then Alice will power creep everything because she's gonna be melt. And I mean, one of the reasons that Mavuika is so far above every other DPS is that she can be played with melt. She's far worse. I don't think that people like to admit it, but she's far worse than Vaporize. Fuck! Ah. I'm sorry. Okay, what are we going to do? We need another strategy. I don't think the fucking Luna shit is going to work. Fuck off, I know. Let's be honest, the most reliable thing would be to do something with Nouvelet. What are we going to do? The easiest thing... Nah, let's come on. Let's do it. We're going in with... You know what? I was just talking about Mavuika. Let's go in with Mavuika. we need Bloom for the goddamn crap at the end. So we can't go without Bloom. Which means 1 Hydro, 1 Dendro unit. I'm gonna choose Lauma because she has her AoE from her skill is perfect for the crap. We're gonna choose Lauma. We're gonna go with Farina for the Hydro unit. Nuvolette? Should I go with Nuvolette? This could work as well, yeah. I want to try it first with Mavuika. Let's do Nuvolette afterwards, okay? Mavuika, Farina, Lauma. And then we can either go with Iatsan, or we can go with Jean. I love pairing Jean and Farina. They have such a strong synergy. I'm gonna go with Jean. I like her, and she's underrated. We didn't even manage to get to the second half, oh my god. Alright. Let's jump in. Going this. I'm not going to burst with Farina just yet. We're just burning. Okay, now we can. Quickly a Lauma skill. Jean burst. Come on, and now. Boom! Didn't do anything. Didn't do any damage at all. But we're still fine. We're 40 seconds, and that is so much better than our try before that. It works so much better. Mavuika is so crazy power creep, oh my god. Oh, it's not even fair. You don't have to look at any buffs, you don't have to look at any meta. If you're a new player, just pull Mavuika and you're good. You can clear everything. Crazy. Dude, let me at least burst. Okay. Yeah, we're not doing any damage. We're not doing any goddamn damage. But that's okay. I wanna try it. I wanna see how far we can go. Holy hell. And that's the reason why you always wanna go in with Bennett. It's not only his attack buff, it's also his healing. Bennett's still the GOAT. I can't believe they released such a goated and overpowered 4-star. Can you imagine they would do something like that at a meta like this right now? They would never. But I don't want to complain, because Genshin is still far, far better than, for example, HSR. You simply can't use 4-stars and HSR. It's ridiculous. Okay, I have to learn to switch a little bit his playstyles, because I was just waiting for the energy and it just takes too long. Okay, weird. It won't work at all. He's now entering his second phase. Holy hell. Nah. Okay. It was a fun try, but Zethos is too weak. Or I'm just not good enough. Could be both. Could be both. Okay, we know at least that Mavuika works. We can do one more try with Nuvolette. Nuvolette is the safe route. He always works. Putting him together with Farina. Lauma. Here. And Jean. That's good. Okay, second half. I still want to go with electrocharged, but I don't want to overuse my Vuika. You know what? Because in the last video I made, I spoke very positively about Arlecchino, so let's just go with Arlecchino Overload. This is one of my all-time favorite teams. We're gonna go with Chevy, Fischl, and Bennett. Essentially the same team we had just right now, but we're switching out Zethos. This should be the safest route. I'm pretty confident that this will work. Yeah, the only problem is the hydro thing slime, whatever that is here. Because we can't attack with neither Farina nor Nuvolet. But luckily this is the easiest enemy of the entire floor. Alright, now let's go. Still such a goated team comp. Nuvolet and Farina, even after all this time. They dominated Fontaine. They were still solid through all of Natlan. And even still, in Not Cry, they're unstoppable. He saved my ass so many times. The only thing that I regret is not going for his C1. Because I get knocked down so often, it's so frustrating. Which is why I often pair him together with Zhongli. Which, unfortunately, always takes one spot of the team. So it does cost you a little bit of team damage. Yeah, that was easy. No problem. And I know that the crab will be quite easy, because I believe I had the same team in Stygian for the crab. Oh, okay. We have to try to not... Yes! That is... Whoa! Fuck. I was about to say, we have to try to not get hit as often, but the damage is actually really fucking good on Arlecchino. And it's actually harder than I thought to clear the abyss while simultaneously talking. It looks way easier when Ziox does it. But mainly it's because English is not my first language, so I have to think a bit harder about what I'm going to say. But I hope that's okay. If I would talk in German, then nobody would understand me. Okay, 30 more seconds on the clock. I'm pretty confident that we can clear that. We should be good to go. One last rotation. She has front-loaded damage, which means she does the most damage at the beginning of her... Fuck, where is he? Oh, dude, I know I can clear it. Oh, fuck off, dude. Gonna have to try again. Ah. Well, the problem is, I cleared it initially with Skirk. The problem with Skirk is that as soon as he summons his little buddies, the auto attack, the auto targeting of Skirk sets in, and you can't control who you're gonna hit. And it's a little bit RNG, but if they don't stay together as a group, you really have a problem. Because there's so much going on the screen at times that you don't see anything. That's, by the way, one of the biggest problems I have with Genshin personally, because sometimes, for example, when you play Hyperbloom, there's so much going on the screen that I can't see shit. It's basically like playing with your eyes closed, just playing by feeling. Alright. Pretty good. We're now at 9 minutes. Quickly going in with Loma Burst. Setting up Jean. Come on. And full power Nuvolet. 38k. Could be better, but could also be worse. Holy, that's what I mean. That's where the C1 would save you. I'm pretty bad at dodging, I know, I admit it. Alright. Damn. That was actually not the best one we had. 8:30. 1.5 minutes. Which means Arlecchino has to hurry up a little bit. I'm just gonna attack through this. I don't care. Takes too long to dodge. Quick burst. I always wanted to improve my Arlecchino. I'm not satisfied with her Berliner artifacts at all, but I just don't have luck for that domain. And it is so painful to farm it because it is the other set in this domain is Reverie of something, which is only best in slot for Emily, so nobody really needs it. And this means the domain is not resin efficient at all, and I fucking hate that. Oh no! I forgot his skill. Okay, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Awesome. That was way better. Whew. Wild title, yeah. Okay. Number 1 cleared. Now let's get to number 2. Let's go with this. I'm gonna try to stay out of the AoE area that he has. Because as soon as you go in, you're basically dead. Even with a healer, it's so strong. You don't have any... Whoa! Yeah, he does a charged attack at the beginning. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, and now, if I wouldn't have skilled at the very beginning, the rotation would have been already done. Would have been already ruined. And that's the big problem with Mouvelet at C0. Okay. God damn! Takes so long. I'm gonna try to stay just out of range so that the Loma Bloom still gets him. Ah, dude. Come on, yes. The thing is, it basically takes him only one hit to instantly kill you. I don't know when the enemies get this strong. It happened from one day to the other. And now I feel like an old man. Because I get thrown around in the abyss. Ugh, come on. I believe he has crazy hydro resistance. Based on his area, shield, whatever that is. So I don't think I should keep attacking with hydro. We should be good, we should be good. Come on. Okay. Now, second half, I believe that's the room where most people have problems, because it's a huge DPS check. If I'm correct, don't quote me on that. If I'm correct, both enemies have in total 8 million HP, which is crazy. Or is it 4? I don't know. In any case, it's huge. Let's have a look. Like, the thing is, technically, they're really not complicated. So they're not complex, you don't have to go in with certain elements or look at anything specific, just do damage. And that's it. So unsurprisingly, the best team was Skirk, Grease of course. And I've seen most people clearing it with Skirk. So I'm feeling for everyone who skipped her for whatever reason, because she turned out to be very, very valuable even after any kind of shilling. Doesn't matter which bonuses you get. If it's Bloom, if it's Electrocharge, just go in with Skirk. She'll destroy everything. Alright. I don't think we can make it. 20 seconds left, and we have a second enemy. Nah, I think that's actually a DPS check for Arakino. I'm very sure that at the level of Skirk and Mavuika, it's doable. It's very easy. Probably also with Flynn's Varesa, but probably Nuvolet Arakino would be the last chance. Yeah. I don't think we could have been any faster, to be honest, in the first room. But I still want to go through it. Even though we can't reach the 3 stars in this chamber here. Dude, it is insane. How can anyone clear this with 4 stars? And that's it. Okay. And that's it. Okay, chamber 3 should be quite easy. We have the crab and we have the electro shield Fatui. But actually his shield is very easy in this abyss. I remember fighting him in the Stygian onslaught and it was a nightmare. I tried it with multiple teams like Raiden, Kaching, everything you could think of, but his shield was so fucking strong that I had to brute force it again with Skirk. But in this abyss it's doable. Yeah, I think so too. I think the enemies are pretty boring because it's not any complex. You don't have to be a good player. You don't have to understand the mechanics of Genshin. It's just... Oh fuck, I shouldn't have skilled with Loma. That's the problem, talking while clearing the abyss. Okay, we're good to go. This should be it. I've seen someone stacking up damage on these cores here and basically one-shotting the crap, but I have no idea how some people do this. It's like they're playing a different game. Okay, Farina. Can you please get your burst up, Gene? Fuck off, dude. Oh, come on. He takes so long to clear. This is one of the situations where C1 would be really comfortable. Oh, fuck off, no. I fucking hate this game. This enemy, as well as the duck from the last abyss, I hate it so much when they're jumping around. Because it costs so much time. Alright, let's have a look at the Fatui. Should be quite easy. Oh yeah. That's no problem whatsoever. Quick burst to regain some HP. Oh, fuck off. Should be 2 rotations and then we should be through. That should be it. He's actually quite weak. I didn't expect that. He hit me like 3 times at least. And I didn't die. I didn't get one shot. For a change. Isn't that something? Okay. They one-shotted this thing in the Stygian by going for a full EM buff team. Nahida, C6, Diona, Loma, and I don't remember who else. I know, I think. Interesting. What does C6 Diona even do? I'm gonna leave it equipped for now. I wanna have a... I do believe I even have Diona at C6, if I'm correct. Let's have a look. I do. Cat's Tail closing time. Characters with signatures mixes radius will gain the following effects based on their HP amounts. Elemental Mastery increased by 200 when HP is above 50. Ah, interesting. I didn't know that. Huh. Awesome. Well, I wonder if that's worth it. I wonder if you couldn't substitute it with something else, because we have so many possible EM buffs, especially now with the new sets and the new characters. I remember that there was a constellation for Sitlali, which was specifically for EM. I believe it was C2. Yeah, gain 250 elemental mastery. It's not that far off the 200 buff from Diona. But Sitlali herself also gains 125 on top of that. And Pyro and Hydro Res. Okay. Interesting. Alright, new teams. New teams, new teams. We tried Nuvelet. I still want to clear it with Mavuika, just for the sake of it. Mavuika, Furina, Jean, of course, for the healing, and we need a Dendro character, Loma. Loma is here. Second half. We can't go with Skirk, because Skirk is too easy. I could try it with Raiden. Wilderness, Fireblight. Let's try it with Raiden. Let's go double Hydro Core with Yelan and Xingqiu. And who else? Who's the fourth spot? Hydro with Yelan, Xingqiu. Do we go with another Electro sub? Do we go with healing? Let's go with Bennett. Let's go with Bennett. Yeah, that should be good. Let's try that. I have a C0 Raiden with the catch, so really bad actually. But she did pretty well in the last Abyss. So let's see. Quick little rush right here. Come on. And now we go. Furina, burst, skill. Jean, burst, skill. And burst Mavuika. Boom. Mrs. Power Creep herself. She never disappoints. Isn't it crazy how far stronger she is than everything else? I mean, it's a completely cursed team that I have here, and she still clears. Oh my god. Fuck! No! Oh man. Whoa, we still cleared it. Oh, we have to try again, wait. It doesn't make any sense to go further without Mavuika. Alright, alright. I'm gonna do a burst, just so it's quicker. Arena. Good burst. Jean burst skill. He's already done. And burst. Perfect. 400k. I believe the highest that I ever did in testing was 1.8 million. But I don't have Shilonen. I always go in with... Holy hell. Dude. He's so fucking strong! My go-to Mavuika team is Sitlali, Ian-san, and Bennett. And I do think that Ian-san is a pretty good substitute for Shilonen. I really don't think... I thought about Shilonen over the couple last days, because when she was released, everyone said she's S tier, she's so good, everyone needs her, she's such a versatile support. But now look at the meta. Where would you use Shilonen in a best team? I mean, yes, she is best in slot for Mavuika, but as I said, you can also go with Ian-san, or you can go with a completely different team. The problem is, on the one side, it's a good thing to be a versatile support. On the other side, you're not best in slot for anyone. And it becomes a problem if you have really hyper-specific and restrictive metas and endgame modes like we have right now. There is literally no point in taking, I don't know, Shilonen over someone like, for example, Aino, because of the Nokrai show. I hope you get what I'm saying. Okay. Where is he? There he is. And burst! Inazuma shines eternal! That was Raiden with the German accent at the end. I really try to hold back with my German accent. I've seen a video on Instagram of an American girl that for some reason lives here in Germany, and she complained about dating culture. For example, that German men like to go to parks or to museums, and then she imitated our accent, and it was so fucking funny. Because we really do sound like that. Well, what do you think about drinking some beer? There are some people who are quite good at English, but most people are really bad. I don't know if it's a German thing that we're so bad at English, but I think that Dutch, for example, Dutch people are really good. Swedish as well. But we Germans, we don't have it in us. I'm much more comfortable with doing normal YouTube videos than streaming, because I can sort my thoughts, I can create better sounding sentences, and I have to, you don't see it and you don't notice, but I have to take like 30 different takes, because sometimes I have no idea how to pronounce certain words. For example, I made a video about how old are hilly churls, and I've talked about the curse of wilderness, but I thought you would pronounce it like wilderness, because the word wild is pronounced like wild. And I only noticed afterwards, and I kind of felt embarrassed. Okay, we can't clear it. It was a dream. It was a dream to clear with Raiden. Ah, damn, my beloved. I still love her. I think she's so cool. Lore-wise and design-wise, but she's not good enough any longer. At least without any vertical investment. So a C0 catch Raiden definitely is too weak. The problem is, my big problem on this account is that I don't have a lot of variety in regards to electro DPSs. I don't have Cyno, I had to skip Chlorine for Alakino, and I don't have Veressa because I don't like her. This is probably one of the biggest arguments I had while thinking about going for Flints. But I don't want to upset any Flints mains, but I don't think that Flints is a good DPS. Not only because of Electro Charge and that Electro Charge is a bad reaction, but also because you need a Nefer for him, which I don't have. And you probably would be better off with going either with C1 or R1. And I'm just not willing to do that. Especially if we're looking at the next patches. With characters like Durin and Colombina, I really don't want to waste any of my Primo gems. To be fair, Farina isn't best on slot for non-crack characters either, but she's still good to have. Shilonen is really good for other non-meta teams. I know is currently usable only with Flints and Meh with Loma. That's true. Shilonen definitely is no bad unit. I don't think that anyone can say that. But you have, I think that we have such a big roster now that a versatile support is just not needed. I mean, it's good to have, yes, if you have a free spot, but if we let's talk for example about Skirk. Skirk is so fucking restrictive. She wants freeze together with Escoffier, who is the same restrictive as Skirk. You can't put Shilonen in there. You can't put her, for example, together with Olekino and Mavuika, because they're in that sense more restrictive. But Mavuika, for example, again, is more restrictive than, for example, Olekino, because she wants Night Soul characters from Natland. So, and we're getting more and more restrictive with Not Cry. It won't get any better. I promise you that. Okay, we still need a team for the second half. I would love to try it with Hu Tao because I love Hu Tao. But we know that not even Olekino is enough. And Olekino still is one of the best DPSs we have in the game. Well, all roads lead back to fucking Nuvalet. I mean, we could go with Nuvalet in a taser. It would work for sure. He definitely does enough damage. I know. I'm certain. I am so goddamn angry because I saw someone who cleared the second half with Zethos. And I want to do that too. But I guess I'm just too bad of a player. Let's be honest. What can we do? What can we do? Can we boost Olekino any further? Actually, what if we try not Overload but Melt? Let's go with Sitlali, Kazuha, and Bennett. I was thinking about changing Kazuha for Escoffier, but I don't think that we need that much cryo. I think Sitlali should be enough. Yeah, let's try that. I just cleared Dire today with a really scuffed Olekino team. Flint's is good with only Aina too. You really don't need enough. I pulled him by accident and he... Oh, really? Really? Most people say that he definitely needs an effort, not only because for damage, but also because for the protection of her shield. Because again, you otherwise would need a sustain on him, and that takes away one of the 4 slots, which is a lot. I'm unsure, I don't know. I think Flint is cool as a character, and I especially like that he has the voice actor of Gojo. I think it's such a cool and soothing voice, and it also fits him really good. But as I said, I don't think that he will stay meta for long. Oh, we're doing actually pretty good. Why is he so strong? I don't understand. Where does the fucking damage of him come from? Like, seriously. Okay. Olekino with Sitlali. Let's see if it works. Oh my god, I'm melting. I believe in the next Stygian, there will be a enemy that specifically wants Bond of Life characters. Which actually makes sense, because as we know, Alikino will rerun next patch. So I am looking forward to clear with an absolutely busted Alikino. I'm still super satisfied with her damage, let's be honest. I mean, she does 100k on her first attacks, which is pretty good. But I'm a bit mad at her, secretly, because she power crept Hu Tao. Well, but on the other hand, then I should be mad at Mavuika for power creeping Alikino, and I'm not. Awesome. That worked pretty well. Character healing, no, we don't need that. Let's try this. Alright. Boom. 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 Where is he? You can't run away. Ooh. Leave me alone. Okay. Let's get the fuck away from him. Stop attacking me. Okay, we're almost... Yes. That's a really, really good run. This should give us plenty of time for Alikino in the Nightmare Chamber. Oh, god damn it! Come on, please. Yes, that's good. That's good. 2 full minutes for Alikino. Don't let me down. Let's try dodging a little bit. Come on, Arla. Don't disappoint me. They just have too much HP. It's so goddamn ridiculous. Have you pulled flints? No? Okay. Then we're gonna give 8 million HP to these enemies. Have fun. It's literally punishment for not pulling the new DPSs. 150k, awesome. I don't want to be punished for not pulling the new shiny unit. Come on, you're almost dead. Please, just go down. Yeah, we won't make it in time. We won't. I don't think so. Oh! That was a mistake. Sorry. Yeah, we would need a miracle to clear with Alikino. I don't think it's her build. Her build is pretty good. Well, it's okay. It's not good, it's okay. I don't think it would make that much of a difference. Isn't that crazy? That Alikino is not strong enough? That she doesn't pass the DPS check? That's crazy to me. People think that Columbina is going to bring her up a notch. I think so too. If we're thinking about what the possibilities are, what Columbina actually could do, she definitely will be a Hydro unit, because she will definitely improve 1, Electrocharged, and 2, Bloom, who both need Hydro. She probably will do something with Sandrone, who will be Geo, but we have to if you think about that, she only improves Nokra characters, people will be mad. It's the same with Mavuika. We have to find some sort of middle ground that while she is better for not cry teams, she also has to be able to improve non-not cry teams. So I believe she definitely will be a support. She won't be a DPS. I don't think that fits, because then you would have to be dual DPS, which won't work, for example, with Flints or Nefer, I believe at least. This is why I think that she's going to be a support. And she can't give a normal damage boost like, for example, Furina. She can't be Furina 2.0. She has to have a different mechanic. Is it going to be EM based? I don't know. That would be pretty niche. How many characters need EM outside from Sumeru? I don't know. I don't know what they will do. And if she's Hydro, she has to scale on HP. I don't know. Also, we have we had some data leaks that said she would be a catalyst. But honestly, I don't believe that. Because if you think about, we got the Black Marrow Lantern, which is the craftable for Nefer. Then we have the Spear, which is the craftable, this one, Protector's Shovel, which is the craftable for Flints. But not only that, we have a sword, the Serenity's Call, which basically is a budget version of Key of Kajnizud, but it does scale with HP and energy recharge. And I do believe they made this specifically for Colombina. And you can't convince me otherwise. I don't think that she's a catalyst user. I have a feeling. So I believe basically they made free accessible weapons, especially for the first characters of Notcry. Maybe we even get... I don't know, what does actually the Claymore do? Could it be good for Sandrone? I don't know. But the Serenity's Call definitely is a really good weapon which they want you to use. I'm pretty sure of that. Okay, so Arlecchino is not working. What do you guys think? What should I try? Some said she's sword. Yeah, the problem is we had data leaks, and there she was titled something like Catalyst Girl or so. And these leaks most of the time are pretty solid. They're pretty on point. Melt, vaporize based characters. I don't think she will support Melt, because I think they will do the same thing they did with Skirk. When they release Alice, as I said, is going to be Melt, because she will be together with Nicole, and Nicole is going to be Cryo, and they only want you to use Pyro and Cryo characters. That's one of the reasons I believe that Durin will be the best in slot support for this exact team. So Hydro, like Colombina would be interfere with the other elements. She has to of course be the best for Lunar reactions in and of itself. I think one part of her kit will definitely be increase Lunar damage overall, so she can fit comfortably in Flints and Nefer teams, because to me it's very clear that Flints needs a dedicated full spot. I know will be interchangeable. And the problem is, if we're going to say she's gonna improve Vape, it would imply we need another Pyro DPS, which I currently don't see. We will get Varka, who's Animo. Sandron could be a DPS. She's probably gonna be a DPS because Shilonen was a support. EM sword character. Could be. But, well, maybe they're gonna release some more weapons. I mean, they also released a second weapon for Nefer, which is gonna be on her banner, which scales with crit damage. Could be, well, it depends a little bit on the passives of Colombina. If she has, for example, EM passives, then she's gonna be more reliant on, for example, energy recharge or other stuff, like for example HP. We just don't know yet. What are your team recommendations? What should I try out? I don't have the biggest roster, but it's manageable. You will never get me to level Mika, Dori, Dahlia. I don't even remember why I leveled Freminet to level 20, probably because of the free wish. I believe that Dori is my most hated character, closely followed by Freminet. These two hold a special place in my heart. Then comes probably Mika, Dahlia, Kaveh. Nah, I think Canis is okay. Yanfei, I don't like Yanfei. Oh, and Zayu. I hate Zayu as well. I should probably make a tier list. Most hated characters, or characters with the least aura. But I think some of the 4 stars are underrated, not only gameplay-wise, but also lore-wise. For example, Fischl. Fischl is one of my favorite characters overall. I like her story so much. I think she is such a reliable unit since the very beginning of Genshin. I've come to really like Zethos the more I build and played him. Lanyan is underrated because basically no one uses her because she's nowhere best in slot or even needed, but she is a really solid choice if you have a free spot somewhere on your team. I think Ningguang is a very special case in Genshin. I think that's probably the character that has been mistreated the most in lore and in gameplay, because I have the crack theory that she was originally planned as a 5-star. Because if you think about it, she's so important for Liyue as a nation, and she has this flying island over the city, which no one gives a shit about or asks questions about how that even works. And she is so goddamn bad. She is so bad. And it's not only her damage, it's also her playstyle, which simply doesn't work, let's be honest. You have to, there's one trick where you have to almost cancel her attack with going forward. You're taking a step forward, and it's just so clunky to play her. Skirk is able to brute force the second side. I know, definitely, but it would be too easy with Skirk. I've cleared it already with Skirk. It's insane, and I think people are debating between Mavuika and Skirk. Because the thing is, yes, while Mavuika probably does a little bit more damage than Skirk, I think Skirk is way stronger. Even though she's more restrictive in terms that you only can use or won't use freeze with her and only hydro and cryo characters, for some reason she is so much better, for example in this abyss, than Mavuika is, and she's way easier to use. You have to set up very very specific rotations with very specific characters for Mavuika, and otherwise she will lose like 50% of her damage easily. And that's not the case with Skirk. You just pop freeze and she works. And I also think it's great that she has the capability of being a dual DPS, meaning you, for example, can put her together with Nuvalet. It works very good, actually. I actually think they should focus more on that, dual DPS teams. I think they had the idea already, for example, with characters like Zethos or Tignari. They actually make a super fun dual DPS team. It's a very fast team together with Fischl and Nahida, which probably no one ever talked about. And I think they should focus more on something like that. Okay, Bloom electrocharged. Do you want me to use Skirk for the second half? But then we need a new team for the first half. Skirk, let's try it with Ayaka, okay? Maybe then it's a bit more of a challenge. I don't really have a feeling for that anymore because I have C0 Skirk, but C3 Mavuika, so she will always be better for myself. Oh yeah, that's definitely a big difference, C0 between C3. I do have C2 Skirk, and I remember calculating that it was a 38% damage increase, so definitely noticeable. And even more so probably with Mavuika, because her damage multipliers scale a bit higher than Skirk, I would say. The thing is, you have to keep in mind that freeze itself doesn't do damage. But if you do melt or vaporize or even overload with Mavuika, the reactions do damage. Okay, let's go with Ayaka. No Skirk, but Ayaka. Otherwise the same team. Oh no, that was the wrong decision. We're gonna go with Furina and Sitlali. Then we need a new team for the first half. Who is it going to be? Skirk without Escoffier. Well, who are we gonna replace? Or, who are we gonna take for Escoffier? We could... I'm thinking about Rosaria. But she's only level 70. We could go with Yolan, maybe. She should do enough sub DPS, I think. But then we're gonna definitely go with Skirk. Because then Ayaka is way too weak. Ayaka needs definitely Escoffier to be any sort of viable in this time. Yeah. Okay, second half looks good. We need someone for the first half. We still need Bloom, which means Lauma probably would be best. Lauma. Probably... Well, the thing is, it would be a good chance to try out Cookie. But I'm gonna be honest, I hate Cookie so much. I don't understand why people shill Cookie so hard and say she's a good character. She is not. Let's be honest. I think she's comfortable for, like, the normal game in the overworld, but as soon as you get to endgame modes like Abyss or Stygian, you can't use her. Because the problem is, the big problem I see is not only that her healing scales low, and I mean very low, but also the problem is that she loses health when she does her skill. Which means that either you run around as Cookie all the time to restore your own HP, or you risk her getting one-shot. And I mean, if there's, for example, a chamber where there's a lot going on with multiple enemies, where attacks are coming from every direction, your Cookie will most certainly be dead. like instantly. I fucking hate Cookie. I don't want to see her. I'm not a big fan of her. Okay, we still need a good Bloom team. I don't have Kokumi. I don't have Nilu. I'm sorry. You should join your parents in the argue. I don't think so. I don't think so. Loma. I have no idea. Nothing fucking works. We could go with Nuvi again. Nuvi, Loma, Nahida. I'm a big fan of the Loma Nahida core, honestly. I think they're pretty good together. I have a feeling that Nahida does some of the damage that Loma lacks. So we could either go with a sustain or with another Hydro unit, which would probably be Xingshu. That's not worth it. We could go with Zhongli this time. This could work. Then I won't freak out any longer because I always get knocked down with my C0 Nuvolette. Let's try that out. It'd be fun free P content, no. I won't livestream my parents' divorce. But people are getting crazy these times. There was a chick, I believe it was last week or so, there was a chick who livestreamed her birth, like birth of her child. I mean, what is that? And the worst part is there are even people who are watching that. What is the child going to think when it's adult? Whoa. That actually works pretty well. Maybe I should have done this from the very beginning. I always feel drawn to pairing Nuvolette with Farina. I don't like separating them at all. But the thing is, Nuvolette is still really good without her. It's so ingrained in me that I want to use them together. Yeah, they did it live. They weren't in a hospital, but they were apparently at their own home. I believe they had some sort of, like, bathtub, like, they were birthing the child in. It was kind of crazy. But they probably made good money off of it. Okay, Skirk. Skirk Supremacy. Going for C2 R1 Skirk definitely was one of the best decisions I've ever made. There are some decisions in your life which you can only look back to with a smile. For example, doing drugs like fentanyl, dropping out of school, arguing with your parents when they're divorcing, or spending hundreds of dollars for some pixels on your screen, for some Chinese anime game. But I do mean it, I don't regret it. I fucking love Genshin. And I've started as a free-to-play, of course. I don't like spending too much money on video games. But now, after like 5 years, I spent so much time with this game. I've come to love all the characters and all the lore. And it just gives me so much joy that I want to support the developers. So I don't see anything wrong with spending a bit of money. As long as you don't get it to debt or something. or spend your parents' money. I've seen like magazine articles of people in Asia who spent 20k or even more off of their parents' credit cards for Genshin. And it's like, dude, that's crazy. And it's not like small children, they were full-grown adults. Calm down, dude. You're making a scene. Seishkuni. It's still crazy to me that that is the voice of Levi from Attack on Titan. I've played him for so long and I didn't know. He doesn't sound like Levi at all. Oi, Renjäger. Goated series, by the way, Attack on Titan. One of the best animes by far. If you want to introduce your friends to anime, then start with Attack on Titan. All-time classic. I believe we'll look back at Attack on Titan like we do on Dragon Ball Z, for example. Oh damn, I forgot we should have... Oh, that's the problem, if you go without Escoffier, you don't have a healer. Damn, I'm not even used to dodging with Skirk. So we have to be a little bit more careful. The problem is also we have Furina, who drains HP all the time. But good thing that they're all freezable. Could you please die? Could you please? Thank you. But I've seen C6 gameplay of Skirk, and she gets like some sort of new mechanic. Okay, let's go without Solali. I don't think we'll need her for the last chamber. I was about to say I've seen gameplay of C6 Skirk, and she gains some sort of extra attacks, like there's some sort of spears that are coming down, which look super cool. And it kinda tempted me to go for C6. It's not even that expensive as you might think. I believe you would be somewhere around like 1.2, 1.5k in total. What? I didn't even look at the clock. Shit, we didn't... How did that even happen? Should we try it again? I believe so. I spent 2k on gambling for real, no lie. Oh, that's a lot. Well, but I think it accumulates over time. Imagine suggesting One Piece or Bleach for newbies. Yeah. It's really a problem. I mean, the thing is, One Piece, for example, is a great show. And I remember seeing the first episodes on the TV, but you can't introduce someone new to it because it's just too much. It takes literal years to get through the whole story. I mean, the length of the story kinda is the point of One Piece, the journey itself, but you have to grow with it. You have to be basically at the same, at the right spot at the right time. And if you're like, imagine you were born in 2010, you're like 15 years old, you're getting into anime, and then there's the show with like over 1,000 episodes, you're not gonna watch that. Which is understandable, I wouldn't either. That's why I think that it's way better to have a focused and compact story like, for example, Attack on Titan or Death Note or so, which have a clear ending and a clear beginning. And there is a lot of filler, for example, in One Piece. There's a lot of filler in Bleach and Naruto. There even is a little bit of filler in in Dragon Ball Z. Okay, now let's focus, lock in. We have to get 3 stars with Skirk. Gotta keep pay more attention. I remember one of the very first shorts I did on YouTube. My channel isn't that old. One of the very first shorts was when Skirk was released, and it was about how to the easiest way to play her, because I had trouble myself understanding what her best playstyle is. And I'm standing at, I believe, 150, 180k or so. I'm so happy about that. I would have never expected. And also like videos, for example, like my Raiden guide for the Echo, standing at almost 90k, which is absolutely crazy. And then I release other videos which get like 300 views, 500 views. But I still keep going. I don't do it for the views, I just do it for the love of the game. Okay, is it possible or not? 20 seconds on the clock. Come on, Skirk. Don't let me down. Gonna burst. Last rotation, come on. Come on, please! Please! No! Oh, god damn. 3 fucking seconds. Oh. You only play Genshin? No, I don't. I play also Honkai Star Rail and a little bit Wuthering Waves on the side, because I just don't have enough time to do Wuthering Waves also. If I play, for example, Wuthering, then I'm streaming it, but I don't have time to, for example, make guides or anything, or gameplay videos on Wuva. I'm pretty preoccupied at the moment with Genshin. Should I try it again? And of course all the other games that are popular, like for example Zelda, Pokemon. I've started, a couple of days ago I started another playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2. But I think I'm gonna, if I start to stream that, then I'm gonna stream on Twitch. I want to keep the YouTube thing for Gacha and Genshin in particular. When do you stream Wuva? Most of the time it's pretty spontaneous, so I don't have a schedule, but I should definitely do one. For example, I'm definitely gonna stream Wuva for the story. I just played through, I believe it was 2.6, and now we got 2.7. As I said, I just have so much to play through aside from Genshin and HSR. I'm thinking about doing a schedule for streaming, and then I'll let you know. Try again, it was really close. Yeah, probably should. Probably should. Let's see if we can improve the first half a little bit. I think we can get a little bit more out of time here. Okay. Going in, full burst. What the hell? Come on. I did the skill. Is Lauma doing anything? Holy hell! Do you see that? How strong his HP draining is? That is ridiculous. What an insult. Okay, double burst. That's how I like my women. Bam. And now full power. And we're doing 16k full power. Awesome. Well, you're past your prime, Novelet. You have to accept that. Okay, now come on. That should be it. I think that was a better try than the last one. I believe that was like 10 seconds better. You gonna pull any Notcry units? Well, I didn't pull Flins, and I'm not planning on pulling Nefer. But I will pull Durin and Columbina. It's a very hard decision, honestly. I'm probably just as interested in the new units, and I really have to control myself to not spend any more money. I think Flins is cool. I want to play Flins. I also think that Nefer is gonna be a good DPS, and I do need at least one Dendro DPS, because the only one I have is Tignari. But if I pull them, I will get into trouble for Durin and Columbina, and I don't want to risk it. And also, I don't want to be a meta slave. Like, I think... Oh, dude, is that gonna be enough? Please. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Come on. That's gonna be it. I can feel it down on my plums. Come on, Skirk, that's gonna be it. Don't make me regret gonna C2 R1U. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. 20 seconds. It's not enough. Is it? It's not enough. It's not enough. Fuck off, dude. 1 fucking second. No, I did it! I did it! How's that even possible? Awesome. Next chamber. Got a DC server. What's that? Alright. Bam! 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 Oh fuck! I skilled too early. Should be good like this. Hello, could you please come down? I always forget that it's like AoE what she does. Passively. She's actually, I think she's better than Nahida in that sense. Wow, dude. I'm hoping we can get him before his second ascent. Come on. Okay, Novelet really isn't doing any damage. Oh, fuck off, dude! Yeah, that wasn't a good try. Oh, Discord server? No. No, I don't use Discord. Elemental bus. Okay, new try. Pretty confident it's doable. Come on, Loma. Bam. Hello. Can we bloom already? Now we're blooming. Safety skill from Zhongli. That's my manifesto. That's why I'm using Zhongli. To stop people from hating on him. Do you see his value? How magnificent he is. Beautiful. A tall man with a shield. What could you possibly ask more for? Okay, calm down, bro. Aw, dude. I hate him. It's on top of the... it's on top of Zhongli's pillar. It takes way too fucking long, but the good thing is that the Fatui really isn't that strong, so we shouldn't have any problems with him. 8:24, that's okay. How do people know your schedules though? As I said, I don't have any schedules for streaming. I just do it if I feel like it. But if you guys are interested in my streams, then I'm probably gonna do a schedule like 2 or 3 times a week. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm still unsure if I should stay on YouTube or maybe switch over to Twitch. I've created an account, but I haven't streamed a single time yet on Twitch. Yeah, that's easy. Light work. Isn't it crazy how Skirt can clear anything? She's so OP. That was so easy, GG. Yeah, the hardest chamber definitely was the second. I believe the problem for one is the AoE thing of the Bishop, and then the hardcore DPS check with the not-cry shilling. Everything else was pretty doable. I mean, no problems here, except maybe the Radiant Antelope. But the Wilderness Hunter and the Bishop, that's a nasty combo. Do both. You can try playing new games on Twitch while grinding games on YouTube. That's true. Yeah, I have to make up my mind, I know. Especially for streaming. Probably, I'm gonna probably do something like every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I don't know if most people that watch me are from the US, for example, because we have a time difference of about 6 hours. So in Germany here it's like 10 p.m. like in the evening, and for the US it should be somewhere in the middle of the day. But also you could argue that probably many people from Asia watch gacha games like Genshin and stuff. I also had people that noticed from Germany that noticed that I have a German accent, and they said, man, it would be so cool if you would do these videos in German so we can understand it better. But I don't think the audience is there. I don't think that there are that much Genshin players in Germany. At least I don't know them. I don't know if there's like a German community. Maybe I should create one. Maybe I should do a subreddit. What time zone? I believe it is +4 or so. I'm not sure. But I remember it was a time difference of 6 hours between Germany and the US. So either, if I'm focusing on the US, I'm either gonna stream pretty late in Germany or very, very early. I believe that's one of the reasons that most German streamers, for example, do it in German and not in English. For one, of course, the language barrier, but also the time difference. There are actually a lot of specifically German streamers who do only German stuff, if I think about it. But there's one dude, however, which you probably know on YouTube. I believe his name is O'Hara, if I'm correct, and he does like One Piece stuff. So he covers all the chapters and all the lore. It's a blonde dude with glasses. And I know that he is from Germany. I don't know where exactly he is from, but I know it's Germany. It's probably Cologne. He looks like someone from Cologne. He can't be from the southern part, like Bavaria, because you would hear it, he would have a dialect. He isn't from Berlin. At least he doesn't sound like Berlin. I don't think there's an accent problem. Do you like with me or general with Germans? Because most Germans are pretty bad at English. And they do have an accent, pretty strong even. 3 hours, 30 minutes ahead. Are you sure? I don't think so. Should we try it again? I believe we did the most we can do. We're pretty restricted to the bloom stuff, otherwise we could have tried a few more things, but I think we're actually good. We tried Nuvolet, we tried Lauma DPS, we tried Mavuika, we tried Zethos and Aule, but we ended with Skirk. I don't think there's that much that we can do. I know, for example, that Kaching is way too bad. She just doesn't have the damage numbers, if even Raiden couldn't clear it. I mean, we struggled with Alakino. That's crazy. But I do want to say that Kaching, again, is one of the most underrated characters, because Kaching actually has really good team comms. We can do, let's try floor 11. Oh, electro and dendro damage, that's awesome. Here we can actually try the Zethos team here. So let's go in. The second half we're gonna do with Zethos, Nahida. We're gonna keep it safe with Zhongli and Fischl, of course. That is a super awesome and strong team. The first half is gonna be, well, the thing is actually Kaching wants the same team. But I can try, let's try Overload with her. Let's try Overload. I believe I've never tried Overload with Kaching. So we have to find, first of all, Chevy. Here. Then we're gonna go with Zhangli, because we can't use Fischl. Fischl is way more important for Zethos because of the energy. And then, of course... Ah, dude! We can't use Bennett! Because I C6'd him, which means Kaching's attacks are gonna be infused with Pyro. No! No! Oh man, I'm still gonna try it. Fuck it. I'm not from New York, no. I'm from Germany. You don't know how the German accent is like. Well, the German accent would sound something like this. It's very hard. It's very harsh pronounced. The R is different. We sound a bit like pirates, for example. So I'm really trying my best to not sound German when I'm speaking like this. Alright, let's go in. Isobanaito! Oh, Nichan! Bam. We're not bursting with Bennett now. I'm gonna keep that for later. goddamn energy requirements on Zhangling. I don't know why they did it like they did. Nikusanai? Oi! Cinema! That was... holy hell. Has floor 11 always been this easy? That's crazy. Parrots are cool. Yeah, they are. For sure. Bam. Bam. Bursting with Nahida, and the enemies already are dead. Look at that beautiful damage. And he's a 4-star. They should do more 4-stars like this. Well, they kind of... I have mixed feelings about gumming. I want to be very clear. I think it's awesome that they wanted to do a 4-star, which is kind of equal to 5 stars. He can scale pretty high, especially if you focus on EM. But the problem is that he is pretty much locked behind his C6. And that is not a good thing because he is a 4-star, which means you don't have any guarantee to get him at C6. That's the same thing with Faruzan. I think it's such a great idea to make a Faruzan, but locking her behind C6 is diabolical. Oh my god, I'm doing... oh, okay. Yeah, we have the electro damage burst. I was wondering why we're doing like 20k per hit with Kaching. So yeah. Bursting because he's gonna take my energy. This little fucker. Oh! Good thing he's electro. That should be it. Yeah, easy. Damn, floor 11 feels so much more comfortable. My parents are also arguing upstairs. Awesome! Are they also divorcing? Cool! We're in the same boat. You can join them, the legendary rice farmer. Oh man, you guys are crazy. It's also, by the way, it's a joke. I'm not living with my parents. So I don't know if they're arguing, but I don't think so. My parents divorced like, I believe like 20 years ago. I was just thinking about making a funny title. That's it. Holy hell. Zathos is so fucking good! 46k. I know that he usually does like around 50. 53, I believe. At least in testing. I wish that floor 12 was that easy. That would be so much more fun. Elemental Mastery plus 80. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Burst Chevy. Oh damn. Oh yeah, remember we just bursted with Zhangling, so that will take a long time to recharge. The only bad thing about catching is that you really have to keep an eye on your stamina because she uses quite a lot. And I'm not even dodging that much here. What? Where's my electro infusion? I've used my skill. But other than that, she actually is really fun to play. And I mean, for a standard character, which you most likely get in time some consolations for, she's actually pretty solid. I'm pretty unsure what to think about Mizuki. I don't have her myself, but I know that if Hoyo decides to, they really can improve her and make her usable. Because she really... If you pair her with multiple elements, like for example you go in with Mavuika and Raiden, so you have constant Electron Pyro infusion or application, it's actually not bad. But aside from that, Mizuki herself is a pretty bad DPS if you use her as a DPS. She has this thing where she flies around and swirls the elements, but that's pretty much it. How many enemies are here, dude? I was wondering why there's no background yelling. Yeah. No parents here. I probably don't sound like it, but I'm already 30 years old, so I'm literally an old man. But I don't feel like it. Dude, calm down. He's going crazy. And he's dead. Oh no, he's gonna take my energy. Aw, dude. And he's Dendro, which means that Nahida won't do shit. Please, calm down. Can we have a civilized conversation about the ending of your abyss life? Please. Oh my god, I can't clear it. He actually is pretty hard. That's it, yeah. 56k as I said. Do you visit your mother or father, like family-wise? I actually don't really remember my father. As I said, they divorced pretty early. Oh, sorry. But I'm talking a lot with my mother still. We're gonna leave for now. But it's super weird for a child to grow up with only one parent, I think. I think in general people take it way too lightly to get children and to marry and stuff, and then... Like, I believe it was like 50% of all marriages are ending in divorce. It's so bad for the child, and people just don't care. They're... In a sense, they're kind of selfish, because... Well, as I said, I'm 30 right now, so I'm seeing left and right all the people getting married and getting their first child. And it's mostly because, like, they want to get children. It's not because they think that the child would want them as parents. You know what I mean? So you have the highest responsibility you could imagine if you decide to get a child, to put a new life into this world. And you also have to have a very, very good partner, which is very hard to find nowadays. I mean, I've dated quite a lot with my 30 years now, and I haven't found... Well, I believe I have found one good woman, which it didn't work out with, but all the others weren't just made to be mothers. I mean, they're like nice, and you can have fun with them, you can do cool stuff with them, but they don't have the values that a mother needs. You know what? Let's do some, what is it called? Uzo? Oni? I don't know. There was some Japanese game that the people were playing that they implemented into Genshin. The repertoire of myriad melodies. This is actually super fun to play. I don't know if you guys use that. And they just released in this patch even the Encounter Memories of Boundless Journey, which has so huge, awesome bangers. So many of them. We have The Road Not Taken, which is a great cinematic if you haven't seen it. I really recommend it. We have The Passing Memories, but in Japanese. I don't know why. These songs here are pretty bad. Then we have In Stillness Waiting. That was one of the songs for Skirk. In my opinion, the worst of them. Because Skirk has a lot of really cool bangers, but this is still okay. We have the goddamn K-pop version of the Mavuika band, Blazing Heart, but unfortunately in Japanese. I think in English it was cooler. Oh, we have Emberfire, that is from the Arlecchino cinematic. That was also really cool, where we got to see her background, her backstory. We have Moon-like Smile, which is probably the coolest OST, the most beautiful OST from Dragonspine. I love Dragonspine overall, it's such a great area. And we have the Song of Innocence. Get Your Tissues Ready, one of the saddest songs in Genshin. That's the one from Inazuma here with the little kid. Okay, let's play some of these. Let's play Skirk first, because we just cleared the Abyss with Skirk. As you can see, I've done it in the past already. I really love it. I think it's so much fun. Gotta reposition my mic in a second. I'm just gonna try it like this. It's kinda hard to talk while playing, but I try to. It's actually way harder than it looks, let me tell you that. You can try it yourself, but you really need to practice it a little bit. I believe it's such a Japanese game to play, such a Japanese thing to do. At least I haven't seen it in the West that they release something like this. Na, na, na. Na, 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 na. But yeah, also karaoke is a very big thing in especially Japan, probably all over Asia. I believe it was it Malaysia or the Philippines or so? They have a huge, They have a huge karaoke scene, and they're actually really good at it. There's a viral video of a man from Asia singing the Titanic song, and he's so good, and it's just like normal for them. They all sound like this good. Gotta focus a little bit, I'm sorry. Okay, that was okay. That was pretty good, actually. Can we get the 90%? Awesome. Nice. I'm gonna reposition my mic in a second. Okay, it should be easier for me to play like this. Select another song. Which are we going to choose? Emberfire, Moonlight Smile? Let's do Mavuika. I think Mavuika is such a great mood. It always makes me smile if I hear it. Inazuma, yes, we can choose something from Inazuma in a second. I think they did such a great job with the OST in Inazuma. In general, the OST always is so on top notch. Bow, wow, wow. Bow, bow, bow. Down, down, down. When the night is closing in. It's Japanese. I don't know the Japanese lyrics. I'm sorry. Da, 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 da. Like the spark. Dun, dun, dun. Engines roaring. Oh, dude, that's hard. I gotta focus. Fuck! This song is so difficult. It looks easier than it actually is. Fuck. We're doing fine, I guess. That's even the voice actress for of Mavuika. And she's also Peijao from HSR. Oh, dude, that's so hard. Whew. Not a bad try. 92%. So yeah, Mavuika has the same voice actress for Mavuika and Genshin and Feijao in HSR in Japanese, and the English voice actor of Mavuika is also Augusta in Wuthering Waves, which is ironic because Augusta literally is a copy of Mavuika. They both look pretty much the same. Game's too quiet. Yeah, I don't want to turn it up too loud. Try some hard, heavy song next. Feel sleepy, it's really late here. What time is it at your place? We can choose something from Inazuma. I'm gonna turn up the in-game sound a little bit. You gotta let me know if it's too loud now. We're gonna... Where's Inazuma? Here. Inazuma, Jewel in the Mist. Drift is Destiny. That sounds like fun. The Uemiya trailer. Yeah, that's true. It's like completely normal in Teyvat. Bum, ba, 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 bum. Ba, ba, bum. Oh, that's fairly easy, but I don't want to speak too soon. At least it's easier than the Mavuika song. Damn. Could have done that better. But it's still a good try. If I don't mess it up now. But if you're honest, there really is no region that has a bad OST. I think the music is one of the best parts, the best aspects of Genshin. Whoa. Because they really put a lot of effort into it and you can feel it. I also love how very distinct the regions feel. Partly due to the music. I mean, for example, if I'm honest, I hated Sumeru because I had a break. I did a break through Sumeru, which means when I was playing through Sumeru, Fontaine already was released, and everyone was super hyped about Fontaine. And then I was thinking like, dude, I have to get very quickly through Sumeru to get through Fontaine, because Fontaine is so damn Genshin Peak. And Sumeru is a region that wants you to spend time in it. It really... Just think about the Aranao quest, for example. It takes a long time and you can't brute force your way through it. And I hated Sumeru so much for it, but now that I have the time and revisited the area, the region, and I listened a bit more to the OST, I am so in love with Sumeru, I really am. It's so weird how my opinion completely did in 180 and changed. I mean, you can... It feels so much like Sumeru. Imagine you would hear this, for example, in Fontaine. And that's when you actually notice that they do a really good job with the music. I'm gonna do this. That's one of the main battle theme, I believe. I'm super excited to get back to Sumeru in the next patch. There has to be some connection with Layla and the Moons. I've read through some stuff, I've read through all her voiceovers and anything, but I couldn't find anything to justify my claims. I just have a feeling. I tried to make a connection. Wait a second, I'm gonna talk in a minute. It's actually harder than I thought. At least trying to talk while doing it. I love it so much. It's so awesome. It sounds like a big adventure. I did pretty good, if I may say so. Good night. Thanks for joining in. I hope you sleep well. Okay, so my crackpot theory, I was just about talking about Layla. My crackpot theory is because we had the connections from the Stygian Onslaught weapon skins, we know which weapons were wielded by the Sinners. And we know that the Sinners basically are counterparts of the Shades. And because we know that, we should make possible connections with them and the Moons, because I believe that you basically, I believe most of you by now have heard that there was a fourth moon, and that the fourth moon built by Nibelung didn't rise to the sky and then fell down and basically built the landmass for Nordkreim. So we have 4 moons, which correlates with the 4 shades. And the thing is, in one of the new artifact sets, I believe, it says that the Heavenly Principles, the Primordial One, stole the power of, or copied, much more copied, the powers of Nibelung. Which means that he basically turned the 4 moons, or the idea of 4 moons and their powers, into his 4 shades, like life, death, time, and space. So if they really are connected, we should make a connection between their weapons and probably even their elements. Because I think it's pretty clear we have this line of reasoning already with Arlecchino. Arlecchino is Pyro, uses a pole arm, and belongs to Renova. And simultaneously, therefore, with Reria. And Reria, as you have seen, uses a pole arm, and he basically has an abyss form of Pyro powers. I believe that Egeria, the first version of Furina, if you will, because she was Hydro and she was basically the first form of life. We know that all life in Tevat stems from the primordial waters. I believe that she draws the connection between Hydro and a sword, which is one of the reasons that I believe that Columbina will have a sword. And also, for example, Albedo has a sword. Rhine-Daughter should use a sword. That's also information we get from the Stygian Onslaught skins. So we have the sword, we have the pole arm, which leaves the catalyst. The great sword is something else. I believe we have to talk about that a different time. We have the catalyst, and we have the bow. The bow belongs to Sodology, according to the weapon skins, and the one which could make a connection with Sodology in a sense of bow usage is Child. I believe there is a heavy emphasis on that. He uses a bow as opposed to swords, and the bow is the only thing that he still has to master, at least according to Skirgo himself. And I believe that in theory he should get another element. I believe it will be Electro. I can't prove it, it's just my feeling. Because if we think about his Abyss form, he uses Electro. Which leaves us with the Catalyst, which I have quite the suspicion that it's going to be Cryo. And also, if we put that together, for example, with the moons, which means that we have the Iridescent moon, which is the Pyro moon, we have the Cryo moon, the Frost moon, which is going to be the corresponding moon for Layla, which is a bit weird, because my line of reasoning was that the sword belongs to Hydro, so this should be its own moon, and that's the part where I stopped theorizing. Until this point, I thought I had something, but then I stopped. I think we just need more info about that. I think there is some connection, but we need more info. The only clear connection we can see is Pyro, Iridescent Moon, Renova, Reria, Arlecchino. I do believe it's likely that we have also a Hydro Moon, but we just don't know enough about the Eternal Moon and the Fourth Moon. And the Fourth Moon, I believe, the one that didn't rise, should be Asmodee's moon. Why do I think that? Because in the new book set, the new book series, Hymns of the Far North, I can show you, we have ancient prayers from the people of, wait, where is it? Books here. Hymn of the Far North. Here it is. We have ancient prayers for the Shades. We have the Lord of Seven Calamities, which is the primordial one. We have the Mother of Life, Mother of the Underworld, which is Death, Mother of Time, Isroth, and Song 5, which is Asmodee, is missing, because we don't have a moon. So how could the Frostmoon Scions pray to a moon that isn't there, you know? I think it's not completely crazy what I'm making up, is it? There has to be a reason why they specifically chose to not put a prayer for Asmodee in here. They had the three moons. They have the Crimson Moon for Renova, for Death. Then we have one of the other two has to be Hydro, has to be for what's her fucking name? For Life. Rhinoder, switched, who merged with someone I forgot the name of. Fuck it. So we still need someone for Istaroth, here, Mother of Time, and for Asmodee. I'm pretty sure of that. Could it be the Eternal Moon? Eternity for Time? For Istaroth? I don't know, it's hard to say. Alright, I think that's enough for today. Thank you, everyone who joined in. I hope you had a good time. And a few laughs. I'll probably, I stream almost, like, every 2 days, every 3 days, roundabout. So, I hope to see you next time. Thank you, and good night. Bye-bye.